welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to do a little catch-up session slash life update. In my last video we were in Vegas and there's been a lot of different things going on with myself in addition to the rest of the world. In short, I had an emergency wisdom tooth extraction last Monday and we're currently practicing quarantine and social distancing in San Francisco. We are in a lockdown because of the pandemic that we are experiencing throughout the world. So there's been a lot going on in my personal life and with all of you, I'm sure. So many big changes in a short amount of time. So I kind of just wanted to catch up with you a little bit. As you may have seen in my last vlog, Vegas was amazing. We had such a blast. The day after we got back, everything changed. My SIM card on my phone stopped working. I had to get a new phone. My phone hadn't been backed up since October, and I literally had 70,000 pictures and videos. Someone's ringing my buzzer. I'll be right back. So that was the first thing that started the snowball, but things just kind of kept progressing throughout the week. The following day, which was a Monday, I started having this really bad pain in my jaw, which I knew was from my wisdom teeth because I put off extracting them for way too long. I just got 2 of them taken out and I still have 1 more that needs to be taken out. So today is the first day that I'm actually wearing makeup. I still have a giant bruise, which my Benefit concealer covered up pretty well. I'm really impressed and really glad that it did, but I don't know, you might be able to see some of the discoloration in my skin. It's like a greenish yellow right now when I'm not wearing makeup. But that was an ordeal. So I was in excruciating pain for an entire 7 days. The first few days it was just achy and I thought, oh, you know, maybe it'll go away. I've had the kind of achiness before, but instead of it going away and subsiding, it just got progressively more intense. Going to the hospital slash dentist was really stressful because the whole world is experiencing this coronavirus, which is extremely dangerous and contagious. I had to sit in a waiting room where there's a higher chance of encountering someone who was sick, potentially with the coronavirus. I was getting dizzy, I was getting nauseous, I literally couldn't sleep, but all I could do was also lay in bed because I couldn't function normally. Do not wait to get your teeth extracted. Get it taken care of sooner than later because the pain is absolutely terrible. The bottom tooth took at least 30 minutes of pulling and they ended up having to break my tooth and take it out in pieces. I was shaking uncontrollably. My legs were shaking uncontrollably. I was crying and it was kind of a mix of emotions. It was like a release of emotion initially that I was finally getting this procedure done and I was so happy that I was going to not be experiencing the pain of my wisdom teeth anymore. It was really hard to eat normal foods, as you can imagine, and because of the pandemic, people were panic shopping. So there was no potatoes and all I wanted was mashed potatoes. I literally was crying because I was so hungry and so stressed. I'm doing much better now. The swelling has gone down almost completely. I was kind of documenting it on Instagram stories. Make sure you follow me if you're not already. I will leave a link below with my username. So while all this was going on with my teeth and my healing process this past week, the San Francisco mayor announced that we are all practicing self-isolation if we are not considered an essential business. Anything that's not essential when it comes to human contact is being put to an extreme minimum in hopes of preventing the virus from spreading super quickly because hospitals all over the world are completely flooded with people, which is so scary. For me personally, staying home is part of the norm. I spend a lot of time at home and by myself. I'm very introverted. I work for myself, essentially. You know, I'm a blogger. I'm pretty self-sufficient. It's just kind of Mario and I who's on a team together. So in that aspect, I'm very used to spending time by myself. Although I'm used to working from home and spending time by myself, I know it's a huge change for so many people. Some people are working from home, some people are going to school from home, some people are not working at all. A lot of people are actually getting laid off, and I just feel like there's so many big changes happening overnight, and there's going to be a lot of changes continuing to happen throughout the following weeks and months, and it's a really scary time, but I think it's really important to stay positive as best as we can. I keep reminding myself this is only temporary, and I really do believe that things will get better. I've loved seeing people do more online workout classes. That's actually something that I've done for a long time now, but it's really cool to see the rest of the world really coming together and creating routines and giving each other inspiration on how to stay productive at home and how to stay positive and feel good. Personally, I think that it's also very important, if you're able to safely do so, to take walks in your neighborhood. My neighborhood is really quiet and residential, so I've been relying on 30-minute walks in the morning and 30-minute walks in the afternoon. It's really important to create a morning routine. I feel the best when I have my morning routine down. It really does make you feel different about your entire day. My personal morning routine when my life is on point is I wake up, take Rosie on a walk, come back, make my coffee at home, which saves a lot of money, and then I do a 30-minute workout on my computer. I love to look up sugar pop fitness workouts on YouTube, and I typically type in 30-minute workout, no equipment. Sometimes I'll do HIIT style workouts, which are more intense. Other times I'll do low impact workouts if I'm not feeling so great or I want to take it easy. I also love to incorporate yoga. And after the 30 minutes, I like to get ready and then kind of start my work for the day. So I would say the first hour to hour and a half is really just dedicated to myself and starting my day, maybe getting some food in before I start work. Just have my morning lemon and lime water, my coffee, and then I'll usually start off the day with something a little bit on the lighter side, like fruit, which is also really great for keeping your immune system up. Something else that I wanted to quickly touch on that my audience on Instagram and I were discussing is that a lot of people are suffering from depression and anxiety already as it is in life, and all of these abrupt and scary changes happening so quickly can really heighten those feelings of uncertainty and perhaps even sadness. You know, people that are used to spending time with certain loved ones and you're not able to see them for literally weeks, and you don't even really know when the quarantine is going to end. It can be really stressful, and people who are, you know, maybe they're stressed out about getting sick or getting a loved one sick, it can just add a lot of extra weight onto someone who's already struggling with mental health. And I just want you to know that people are here for you. You know, I feel, as I mentioned earlier, the human connection and keeping that human connection is still really important. Just because you're spending time by yourself at home doesn't mean you can't FaceTime your loved ones, you know, or even call them or write them a nice email. I think it's also really important to dive into projects or hobbies that we quote unquote may not have had time for. Personally, I'm catching up on blog posts and doing my best to figure out how I'm going to create more content at home. So, you know, there's always something that you can do to occupy your mind. If you've been wanting to learn something new, I think now is a great time to do so. And as I mentioned earlier, going outside, going for a walk, staying active, exercising once a day, create a morning routine that makes you feel good about your day. You know, set those positive intentions before anything. But If you're doing all of that and it's not helping, or maybe you are having a hard time even working up the energy, even get out of bed, there are resources, and you know, I'm always here for you guys as well if you need someone to talk to. And I will actually leave some resources based on an article that one of my followers sent me on Instagram. I will link it below. It includes several tips for people who are struggling with that aspect of all of these changes. That is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed learning about all the craziness that's been going on in my life. I really hope you're all staying safe and sane and productive and resting and doing all the things that you're not able to do when you're not spending alone time by yourself. As I mentioned in my last video, there is solace in your solitude, and I think it's a really great time to spend quality time with yourself, to learn about yourself, and to get things done that you've been putting off. And I look forward to chatting with you all again soon.